This is how we do the intros.
We're on.
And we're on.
I was waiting for that. I saw the live thing.
See, I'm just telling them you're getting some behind-the-scenes action right now.
So it's Sunday night.
It's Sunday night. It's another episode. What's our show called, Brandon?
The M Cluster.
Why?
Honestly, I don't know why you chose the Y.
Why are we called the M Cluster?
The movie cluster, the men cluster. I don't even.
Oh, he does kind of listen sometimes.
Also,
I do.
The cluster was too confusing.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be like the cluster fuck. That was your origins. So you're getting an M Cluster origin story now.
So for those of you who missed out on our pre-show talk, we were talking about origins and why King Kong is even going to have an origin, and that's apparently where this is leading now. Why the origins of the M Cluster.
So there's a lot of news that came out of Comic-Con this week. We're not going to talk about that though. This week we're talking about a movie called Titan A.E. It's an animated movie, and it's Brandon's choice. So, Brandon, take it away.
All right. Titan A.E. Is about the origins of Planet Bob.
Planet Bob. Yeah.
Actually, Titan A.E. is an animated film. It came out in 2000.
But it is a story about the origins of Planet Bob.
Technically, yes. Technically, it is. It takes place about 1,000 years in the future. Even though animated, does have some big actors. It's got Matt Damon, Drew Barrymore, John Leguizamo, Ron Perlman, as well as a few other people. It's about a boy on Earth, and he basically witnesses the destruction of Earth by an alien race. And the whole movie is about his quest later on in life to find a missing ship that his dad built, called the Titan. And come to find out much later on in the movie that when he does find the Titan, it's capable of building a whole new planet, as Earth was destroyed by this alien race. I thought overall it was very well done. I like the story. I actually, because I was young enough to see it when I was a teenager, I actually looked up to Kale, that's the main character who's voiced by Matt Damon. I looked up to him as like, oh, I want to be that cool. I want to be like, the guy who's, making fun of stuff, but also can fight and do all this other stuff. Is really, really smart. He meets a girl who's played by Drew Barrymore, Akima, and they have a thing going. And ultimately, they do create a new planet, which Kale names Planet Bob, although it's just going to be called Earth 2. The action was very well animated, I think. It was more of an adult movie than, say, like
Chicken wow wow.
an adult movie rather than like a little kid's movie. They kill people. They don't have any qualms about it. They show Earth blowing up, so billions of people died. They have no issue with showing that stuff. They do some of the scenes with a mixture of animation and CGI to get the point of depth across, especially in some of the later scenes that have to do with the spaceships flying through those ice fields in space. I thought that was probably one of my favorite scenes with the way they did that with him and Akima flying against what was his name? Corso, who is voiced by Bill Pullman. Like I said, overall, I thought it was really well done. It could be maybe I have something just in my heart for it because like I said, I saw it when I was 16. So maybe seeing it now, I probably wouldn't think so much. Obviously, you were older when you saw it because you're an old man. What were your opinions?
Well, it was on for. It's Don Bluth's last animated movie. It's got Gary Goldman was involved with it. You got a pretty stellar cast with Matt Damon, Bill Pullman, John Leguizamo, was it Nathan Lane, Janine Garofalo. These are all big names, especially for the time. It was actually pretty well animated. The visuals were really interesting. I wouldn't say it was groundbreaking for the time, but it was good. Certainly good. With all this, it's all this coming together, and it's like it was clear they put a lot of work into it, and that they took their time, and they really wanted to make sure they put out a good product. And with all of that brought together, I fucking hate this movie.
Now, see, that's surprising from you.
Bored.
That is surprising from you because you love Joss Whedon so much.
I was so bored. So bored.
And I've never heard you say anything bad about Joss Whedon's projects.
I know. So bored. Okay, so I tried to watch this movie earlier in the week and I couldn't.
Because you do know that Joss Whedon did screenplay on this.
Yes. Yes, I do.
That's very surprising then because like as soon as Joss Whedon says something's good, you're like, oh my god, it's good because Joss Whedon says so.
Buffy wasn't good. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie with Christy Swanson, was not good. I've never claimed that. But I will say this: the studio interfered the fuck with it. It's like they just made it what it shouldn't have been.
I don't think the studio interfered with this, although this was one of his earlier things. He even said that he was proud of this movie.
Yeah, I know. I read that. Boring.
What was so boring to you? Because I thought there was plenty of action. I got attached to at least Kale and Akima. I didn't really care so much about Corso because he was kind of a dick.
Corso was a paint-by-numbers villain, and the story was kind of formulaic. And I'm not saying there wasn't action. There was plenty of action. And when you say they killed people, I think they alluded to killing a lot of people. They actually killed 2. One of them was a bug. The other one was like an alien cow thing with what he
Corso.
He doesn't get killed. He sacrifices himself
and dies.
Yeah, but that's a sacrifice. That's not like a straight up murder.
What about the other alien guy? Whatever. What was his name?
The bug?
Goon? No, the guy who had metal on his head. I can't remember his name.
That's the cow one-ear thing guy.
Oh. I don't know.
That was John Leguizamo, by the way.
Yeah.
Who I really like, John Leguizamo. I can not think of any performances John Leguizamo gave that I did not like until now.
Did you see the Mario Brothers movie?
No, I didn't.
You should watch that.
I will keep my illusions of liking John Leguizamo. Thank you very much.
I don't know. I thought the characters were interesting. Even the little guy,
Brandon.
Tech.
Put the Mario Brothers movie on your list.
No, fuck you. Do not do that. Do not.
I might now.
Oh, speaking of lists, Brandon, I have a video clip, and I forgot to tell you about it, so now we don't have it ready for the show. But the quote is, "Oh, speaking of movies, Brandon, you should give me your list." Oh, yeah, I'll do that this week. I promise.
I'll get it to you by the end of tonight. That still counts as this week.
Oh, no. The week begins on Sunday. So,
according to who?
Last week ended last night.
Oh. The week begins on Monday for me.
So, anyway, this movie, and again, not that there's anything wrong with it. I can see lots of people liking this movie.
I like most of the characters even. Like even Tech, the little guy who very strange character, but who was like licking Kale's hand and is really bright, made an invention in his sleep.
That was Preed.
Preed? I thought it was Tech.
Preed, Tech, whatever. Same. No, Tech was the guy that raised Kale. Why am I telling you stuff about this movie? You should know this.
I lose some of the character names. I don't know.
But that was Tone Loc. Did you know that?
He's also the iguana in Fern Gully.
Yes.
I don't know who Tone Loc is.
He's also a bit...
Whoa.
Wow.
Funky Cold Medina?
Bebe's Kids.
We need to educate you.
Oh my god. Hold on, we need to regain our composure for a second.
All right, so looking at that guy's movie list, I've seen Bedazzled, Encino Man, and Ace Ventura, but I don't remember him in them.
Wow. So anyway, this movie And here's something I thought was kind of interesting. I really did not have a problem with the animation, except of the humans. The humans seemed like old school, old style type animation, whereas the rest of it seemed very advanced. The humans reminded me of The Secret of Nim.
I like The Secret of Nim.
I like The Secret of Nim too. And I liked that style of animation. I did not like the fact that the humans didn't match the rest of the film. Like when you saw the diamond rings, whatever that space was called, where the Titan was hiding, that was really, really high-end CGI stuff.
Yes, but they're supposed to be mixing the CGI with the regular old-school animation.
It didn't work for me. It just did not look good.
I thought it looked phenomenal. I thought it was a very good way to bring the two styles together.
It was very jarring for me. I actually had to get myself to a point in my second viewing where I just ignored one style or the other when the action was going on. And actually, I will say this, they did a good job of editing. For example, when they were showing the explosions, that was all very CGI, right? But then they would cut to a scene of them in the cockpit, and that was very old style, and they didn't mash them up in those scenes. And those were kind of important scenes. But like when they were walking through the drifter colony, stuff like that, I did not like the I didn't like the way the two things went together. And in the beginning of the movie, Matt Damon's character Kale was in his suit, and he's using the tool to cut up the junk, and they're salvaging that stuff. That's all very CGI, and looks different than the rest of the movie. When he was in the suit, that you could tell the animation was a different style than when they took him out of the suit.
I thought it looked the same style. I thought to me it looked like they drew him in his suit, and then they took that and cut it into a CGI.
That is not how I felt about it at all, because you could see the reflections in the glass very clearly.
Well, you were supposed to.
And I mean,
you could do that with CGI though. That
was CGI. That was definitely CGI because that was
reflections, yes, but his animation wasn't.
I disagree. And I'd have to look it up. I don't think either one of us actually knows the answer to this question. But to me, it seemed he looked very different in the suit than he did outside of the suit. And he even looked different in the suit in the beginning of the movie than he did in the suit at the end of the movie. That's another thing I remarked on.
What did you think of the dredge? Either concept-wise, their animation, or just their...
Before we even go into that, because this is kind of a segue, what the fuck was their problem with humans?
The dredge?
Yeah.
The fact that they could conceivably create planets is probably too big of a deal to them, and they were like, no, fuck you guys, we need to crush them. We're supposed to be the most powerful in the galaxy.
Probably. And this goes back to stuff I've said about other movies. We shouldn't be guessing at this shit. There should have been a clear-cut reason why they wanted to...
No. You can't give me that crap anymore, because there was a movie not even long ago that I asked the same thing. Why wasn't this in the movie? And you said, you have to look that up. You have to do additional reading. And you said that's your pick, and it's okay when you do it, but it's not okay for other movies.
My argument suits my end. It's like suits what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, that doesn't work. You automatically lose then.
Thank you, Brandon. I'm glad you pointed that out, because I was about to jump in saying something similar.
But no, it's like I did find myself wondering throughout the movie, what's their problem? Why do they hate us?
But at the same time, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
It does matter. Like they came out of nowhere and attacked us for no reason, and actually they don't come out of nowhere because
and actually they do state because it was because of the Titan. They actually state that because they would have destroyed the Titan had they known where it was. Why do you think they hid the Titan? Because the Dredge are after it.
Yes. But they never clearly state.
Can you not put 2 and 2 together?
No. That's like 7. Pi? I? Square root of square. If you put root beer in a square cup, is it just beer? Have we lost Brandon?
I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. Your arguments are failing here, though.
I I didn't care for the movie, and I think had they flushed it out a little bit more, maybe I would have. You know, maybe
I feel like if they had fleshed it out a little bit more,
I feel like
probably would have been
like that's a
this movie's-
stupid reason. You know,
Yeah, this is too long. They should have edited some stuff out.
I feel like
Actually-
you're trying to find things to not like about it instead of just trying to enjoy the movie.
No, I just didn't enjoy the movie. I mean, this movie I was uninterested in seeing it when it came out. When it got picked, I was like, oh, that. When I put it on, I fell asleep. It's not that I was like looking. I wasn't looking. Like, I'm going to put this on so I can go to sleep. No, it bored me.
Are you sure you were bored and not just tired or drunk or both?
I had to act. Definitely wasn't drunk. I had to. Act.
Were you buzzed? Were you
No,
tipsy?
not even. Nope.
Okay.
Completely sober. But like, I put it on out here, or not out here in the living room. I put it out in my bedroom. Could not watch this movie. I had to actively put myself in a position where I could not fall asleep to finish watching the movie. I finished watching the movie in my room, so I don't sit on my bed very often.
But
I had to sit on my bed.
But then you said it had plenty of action.
It did. The action.
Then
I
how
didn't
do you?
care about it.
Then how do you? Plenty of action, but it's just, I don't care about the action. Yeah,
It was like most of the action was them avoiding getting hit by stuff.
Well, yeah, they're on the run. They can't really fight the dredge very easily. They're pure energy.
Well, okay, and that's something else I'm coming to. But the concept of these beings being pure energy, why would they bother taking any sort of corporeal form if they're pure energy? And why would they waste the energy to maintain those forms? Because clearly they could phase through things. They could dissipate and reassemble. They were pure energy. Why did you see them? Why did they have a form? I didn't like them as a species. Like, I didn't find them compelling as villains.
Well, they're all dead at the end. Mass genocide there.
Yeah, but again, those weren't people. That was just like some shapeless blue thingy that didn't like people. But like, I think the one person that actually died and they didn't show it was Corso.
The only thing I did question was, where did his dad go?
His dad got killed. Didn't they say that?
How? Where? When? Because he obviously got the ship to this place.
Well, can't you put two and two together? He was pinned the ship and he's on the run. They chased him down and killed him. I mean, it doesn't matter, right?
While I'm curious, because it doesn't matter. While I'm curious, it doesn't actually matter for the movie.
So that's another thing. Let's talk about that storyline. The whole, oh, my father abandoned me, but I miss him. It was bad. It wasn't good, man. It was cheesy. They tried to give you some really heartfelt moments that were just poorly executed, in my opinion.
But you're heartless, so that doesn't count.
So, like, there's the one scene where they're talking about his dad, and the captain's standing up on the bridge, and Kale's kind of like down the stairs, getting ready to walk away. He says, "I miss him." And Corso turns around and stares off into space. "I miss him too," or "Me too, kid," or something like that. And it was really cheesy.
But that's been in a lot of movies. That's something that's been done.
And that is why I'm saying it was very paint by numbers, formulaic.
I still felt that it was okay, especially because, like I said, the first time I saw this, I was 16. So, like, I was like, all right, I get that.
And again, not again because I didn't say this before, but I can see that. I can completely understand as a 16-year-old feeling the way you feel. I can't see that now.
Like I said, maybe that's what. Maybe I just have a special place in my heart for it because I saw it when I was 16.
But like, even with Joss Whedon doing the screenplay, even with the great animation, even with the big names, I was very underwhelmed. Not even whelmed, underwhelmed. I don't think I'll ever see it again.
I probably will. Like I said, I've had it on DVD for like 10 years.
And Yeah, I gotta get it off of my queue because I don't want it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to like reference it. I don't actively hate it. Like it's like you know, like I don't want to go on a crusade against it. You know, it's like stand outside with a picket sign going, "Do not see this movie." You know.
The only thing I did kind of question in my more recent years of seeing it is at the end when the planet's being created. All right, so I get they use the energy from the dredge. That's fine. I get that all of that ice things were there, so creating a planet with water. All right, that's fine. Where did the actual stone come from?
So they tried to take a page out of Star Trek's book, in my opinion, with the Genesis Project, where all of the surrounding space debris was brought together to create this planet.
All I saw, though, as far as debris goes, was the ice chunks. I didn't see any other.
If you go to, I don't know, Montana, South Dakota, yeah, you betcha. And you go up into the mountains and you dig up some ice. You don't think there's going to be some dirt and rock and stuff in the ice?
That's not how it was depicted. The way they depicted it in the movie was the ice was just ice. They even showed them colliding and breaking apart, and all you saw was ice.
All you saw was dark stuff. Because it's space. You don't know what the hell's in that ice.
The way they showed it,
I thought I saw Captain America.
Did you?
In the ice. And I think that's actually how they get him back into that universe.
a thousand years later.
Yes. After Falcon has given up the mantle of Captain America, after Thor goes back to being a man. More news.
Well, yeah. Well, you know that the Captain. We need to talk about that because I have. But all right, so you didn't like it. I did. Dante, did you watch it?
Nope.
Damn it, man.
You have no allies. You're on your own. Fight your own battles.
Yeah, Amanda didn't see it either, so she can't side with me.
She's never seen it?
No.
And you've had it for 10 years? You didn't force it on her?
No. There are other things that I still want to, like Battlestar, but that hasn't happened yet either.
But yeah, I'm not saying don't watch this movie. Watch it for yourself. Make your own decision. If you like animated movies, there's a good chance you're going to like this. It wasn't.
I think this was also the last time that I remember a animated movie making into theaters, like actual animation, not CGI. What was the last movie that you saw that was in theaters that was not CGI, as far as animated movies go?
Aladdin?
Yeah, it was a long-ass time ago, like mid-90s.
Yeah.
I want to remind everybody that the way Slider feels about this movie is pretty much how he also felt about Shawshank Redemption.
Yes, that is true. Oh, I didn't get to touch any of the characters.
Shawshank?
No.
You're a fucking moron.
I am comparing the way you feel about this movie.
No, I'm talking about Brandon.
To the way
because he was like, yes, like he's going to jump on that bandwagon.
No, because I am jumping on that bandwagon because it's true. Because even in Shawshank, you're like, I didn't get attached to any of the characters. It was boring.
This is not on the level of Shawshank Redemption. I can tell you that.
I didn't say it is, but we're discussing your feelings toward it because
you're talking about high art and the scum off somebody's shoe when you're comparing Shawshank and this.
Because you have because we're discussing the fact that you have no heart.
Yeah, I have no heart. That's fine. I can live with that. But it was just. Let me go back to what I was saying before.
We got it. We got it.
If you're a fan of animated movies, watch it. If you haven't seen it, you might like it. It does have a story. The story is well developed. The characters are, for the most part, well developed. It wasn't my kind of movie. It wasn't for me. It wasn't something I'm ever gonna want to seek out and watch again. It's not a movie I'm gonna ever want to show anyone.
At least there is that. You're not saying it's a bad movie. You're just saying that you don't like it.
All right. Well, we don't have a whole lot of time left, so I think we've pretty much beat this one into the ground. I do want to take a minute or so and just kind of go over some of the real quick Comic-Con news that we can talk about maybe some other time. But there's a rumored Evil Dead series that might start, starring Bruce Campbell, which would be freaking awesome in my opinion. They released a Comic-Con.
If I ever saw Evil Dead.
What's that?
I said it would probably help if I ever saw Evil Dead.
Yeah, that would probably help. They released a trailer for the Constantine TV show, and everybody seems to like it, which was a concern for many people because a lot of people did not like the Constantine movie, which I thought was just fine, but I never read the comics. So
I like the movie.
Yeah, I rather like the movie a lot. I've seen it many times. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, but I liked it. They released the Mad Max teaser trailer and a lot of pictures, and it actually looks pretty good. I was not looking forward to this until what I saw coming out of Comic-Con. Granted, I was not a fan of the original Mad Max series, which I know if any of my older friends are watching this, I'm going to have some hell to pay because they all loved the Mad Max series. It just wasn't really for me. The Arrow Season 3 trailer was released, and Ra's al Ghul is going to be in it. They released an Ant-Man trailer. They released a Warcraft teaser. They did the Wonder Woman outfit, the costume, which, much to my surprise, she doesn't look that bad.
When you say Warcraft teaser, because as we discussed earlier, I haven't kept up on the Comic-Con news this weekend. The Warcraft teaser, is that for the movie or is this for the game? Okay.
For the movie. They released the title sequence, and they released some unpolished clips from the film of actual fights. And it's narrated by a human and an orc, and it seems like they're going to really dive into what started the war and why Azeroth is in the condition that it's in.
So this is pre-World of Warcraft?
I would guess. Let's see. Wow, he's really excited about the Warcraft. What was his character in WoW?
He was probably a shaman.
He was a shaman. Okay. We saw Vision in his costume. Announcements
at least from the back. We didn't see his front.
There's going to be a Simpsons Family Guy crossover, which should be interesting. Papa Midnight's going to be in Constantine, which is cool. There's a lot Sin City stuff all over the place. There's a lot of news coming out of Comic-Con right now. If you follow anything on Twitter or Google+, look for hashtag SDCC2014. You will get lots of information, and I'm sure we'll be talking about a lot of it in the upcoming episodes. On that note,
Wait, Sam Jackson?
Who the hell are you going to put Sam Jackson? I don't know. You guys do this.
Brandon?
I'm going to go with the little short glasses, smart alien, whatever, what tech? Not tech. Preed. I don't know whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, him. That's who Sam Jackson's going to be. How about you?
I've never seen the movie. I don't know.
I don't care. Pick one.
The dad. The main character.
You know what? I actually agree with that. I changed my vote because shorts actually kind of make sense. It's not like a joke. Good choice.
How is this movie similar to Gladiator?
Brandon liked it. Because I have never seen it, I don't know.
Works for me.
There was love and death. How about that?
Okay.
That sounds like the Thanos storyline.
Loving death.
The Infinity Gauntlet. Movie time! Movie day?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a few days till the movie?
Oh, speaking of whatever, I was going to try to get a hold of you yesterday. Do you want to go see Lucy?
Yes.
Yes, because that's out already. So is Hercules. The Rock as Hercules? Come on, man. Wearing a fucking lion on his head? How can you go wrong?
Because I like Kevin Sorbo. I actually liked Kevin Sorbo as Hercules.
I'm not offering to beat this.
I watched the whole series and his movies when he was Hercules, and seeing The Rock is like, all right, the action will probably be good, but
Kevin Sorbo had Hercules movies?
yeah,
Where?
before the show. How do you think the show started?
TV movies.
Well, yes.
Okay, those don't count. I'm gonna go see Hercules.
G56.
G56. I don't know why we announced the letter because it's completely unrelated to
56. But no, I don't know how I feel about The Rock being Hercules.
He's a good actor.
This is a message, Brendan.
He's an yeah, I know, I get it. I don't mind him as an actor, and but like if it's anything going to be like Scorpion King was not that great.
Scorpion King was at the beginning of his career and was not great at all. But it had action.
Yeah, like when you see him in like Pain and Gain, it's like you actually can kind of see him
act.
Yeah, but then like there's that one movie where like he was in jail and he's trying to get like revenge on the people who wronged him. That was an awful, awful movie.
But he's also in like that Journey to the Center of the Earth crap too now. Those aren't amazing.
Like the Brandon Fraser one?
The sequels to the Brandon Fraser one. He's in 2 and 3.
Okay, so I'm going to do something. I have not seen what this is yet.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I feel like you did see what it is.
No.
Man of Steel.
Really? Yay! Although we've really talked that movie to death.
Yeah, we have actually.
I'm even wondering if we should do it.
I don't know because we discussed that quite a bit at the comic shop show.
Yes, we did. Do you think we should repick?
Well, and we all know how we both feel about it.
Yes. Yeah, there's no surprises here.
Yeah, let's just repick.
Yeah, I'm going to repick. See? I didn't see it. I see it like you did. Because it wasn't my movie, it was yours.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I had a hard time reading it in real life. It's 39.
Oh, okay.
Letter 39.
Yes.
Is there a cat in frame?
No.
Okay.
I can change that.
Come on. Really? Okay. Ah!
Obviously, you saw that one.
I did. Well, actually, no. I saw the name of who picked it, which kind of tells me what movie it is.
Well, that could only be one person. The Prestige.
Okay.
I didn't realize. I thought you only had one movie left. You had 2.
Yeah. Like, because when you were flipping through, I saw my name in there twice.
So, yeah, The Prestige. I don't know that I've actually seen this. Even though we put a lot of effort into taking a picture.
Oh, I've seen this. Actually, I will save that for the show.
Yeah,
I said
you're going to save that for the show. Nice save, Brandon. Although your tone kind of gave away a little bit. But that's all good.
So, this is Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan, right?
And Michael Caine. Surprise!
Yeah. And another person, the other main actor, whose name I can't remember.
You know, that dude.
Piper Perabo?
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah. And
Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson's in it.
Is there another guy?
Yeah, Christian
Andy
Bale.
Serkis.
Andy Serkis?
Yeah, he's in it.
He is in this movie, and not as motion capture. I'm kind of...
David Bowie's in it.
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. That guy. He's been in something.
I thought you were talking about secondary characters, not main characters.
Oh,
he's been in something recently. What?
Who's been in
Hugh
something
Jackman?
lately?
I know he's made a couple movies. I don't know. I don't think anybody's actually seen them. So next week, The Prestige, not Man of Steel. You know, now I'm kind of sad.
You can still watch Man of Steel.
gonna watch Man of Steel now when we're done here.
We're just gonna segue into Man of
And I'm gonna
Steel
have a good cry
from the Prestige, so like it'll be half and half show.
The Man of Prestige.
I like that. Fancied up.
All right, so that's our show for this week. Thanks for watching. On behalf of Brandon, Dante, and the cat, who really didn't join us too much today but yelled a lot, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and that is a wrap.